Hey you guys, this is Terica, plus size model. I know you guys said, what in the world happened to Terica with her posting, but it seemed like every time I try to start posting, something happens. I believe the last video that I actually posted was someone texted me. Hold on. So the actually last video that I posted was when I went to South Carolina on a vacation, and I did have a great time. But life started happening after then. All right. So that was April of 23, and after I came back from my vacation, which I showed y'all the blog, I lost my job. I lost my job of 4 years, and it was very devastating to me. I was doing very good for myself, but however, I learned something. Never, and I mean never, base your living off one income. That's one thing I did learn about that situation. So life started to happen for me. I lost my job. I lost my new car that I just got, and happened to have some support at the time. I was actually dating someone, and I had to actually start shacking, something that y'all know I do not be doing. I don't be doing that shacking stuff, but at this point it was like to a point that if I don't shack, I'm gonna have to actually be homeless. And so he actually was a truck driver, and at the time he was in Texas. And he came home, and when he got home, he actually got us a place to stay, and I thank God for that. However, so that was in April, May. In May, it started May of last year. We started staying together, and things was lovely. Actually thought he was gonna be the one for me, but it didn't happen. Then things started to get really shaky for us. I don't know what actually allowed the relationship to become like sour, but I would say at the end of last year, I decided to end the relationship. It became controlling. It became everything. He was a man that made 6 figures. He, at the beginning, took care of me. He did everything, love bombing. He did everything in his power to provide for me. And it's not the fact that I couldn't provide for myself, but at the time I lost my job, and I was doing hustling on the side. I was Ubering. Not only was I Ubering, but I also had my carrying business. I was doing my carrying business when me and one of my girlfriends will always encourage each other to go out there and hustle, because I am a hustler. What else? So, and the biggest complaint he had that I wasn't spending enough time at home. I'm hustling. and I just couldn't stop hustling just to be a housewife to nobody. So I had to end the relationship, and that ended last year of December. And I didn't have nowhere to go. I ended up actually, before it got very bad, I said, let me leave. I left. I ended up meeting a person. The guy was nice that I met. He was no one that I was intimate with or anything like that. He was just someone that came in my life and said, hey, I know you don't, because mind you, I didn't have a car. I didn't have a place to stay. And I met him, and at that time, my transportation was Taro. I was doing Taro almost every day, every weekend, actually. And once I did Taro, I was turning in a tarot actually at the time, and he was my Uber guy. And he was like, why don't you Uber? And I was like, man, I don't want to Uber. I want nobody in my car. And then he's like, well, I got a connection for you. You can lease this car for about $250, $350 a week, and you can go make some money. Mind you, at this time, I would say my time frame was probably in the summertime. So I started doing that. Now I'm just in my ex's house. We're together, but we're not together. So he's like, you can stay here until you get somewhere to find somewhere to go. But like I said, at the end of December, I had to leave. But I'm trying to tell you the story in between December before I left. So, so my friend, he came in, he helped me. I leased the car, and it was better than what I had at first. Look at God. It was a 2021 Honda Accord. I leased that. I was able to start working again, like doing my hustling again and everything. And when I got that, that's when I left. I left him. I ain't had nowhere to go. Very much so. I couldn't go back home because all my jobs that I was doing was in the city, in Raleigh or Charlotte, and there's nothing going on down where I'm from. And you guys, I made so much money doing the medical carrying position. I made so much money, but I got tired. It could burn you out, but I made a lot of money. So I ended up, at the end of last year, I left him, and I said, what I can do is I'll go get a hotel. Sometimes I had the money, but sometimes I didn't. So sometimes I had to sleep in my car. And lo and behold, a job came through for me, and it was a work-at-home position. So I hooked up with another friend, that had an office. So I was able to go. They allowed me to come in their office and work throughout the day, and at night I would go and sleep in my car. So, and this is 2024, last year, and even the beginning of this year. And this position that I took, it was only a temporary position or a contract position, and the contract position ended up to be, I think I did that for about 6 months, and it provided for me. But however, it was not enough money to provide a place to stay. So I would say the beginning of this year, which was January, I stayed in my car. December, I was with him. At the beginning of this year, I was sleeping in my car and trying to make things work out. And I don't know what it was, but I had like another 3 weeks to go. And I would tell y'all exactly what I did when I slept in my car. And lo and behold, the office that I was going to, they had showers. They had everything I needed there. The Lord provided. He still provided for me. He provided for me. So I would sleep in my car. I would go early enough to take a shower, put my clothes on, and go to work and work in the office. Made really good friends there. I did that for about, I don't know, it's about February, March. I would say about 2 months. And I said I'm gonna do it up until tax time, because you know, I'm a tax lady, so I know how much I'm gonna get back. And then something happened to my tax money. Usually I get up to like $8,000 to $10,000 in my tax money, and somehow I had to tell you guys the whole story later on about this. I would have to break this thing down. But someone, I had to pay some back taxes, and I'll tell you about it. They back taxes. I had to go to court, the court found me guilty of food stamp fraud. Honey, during COVID. Well, that's another story. Alright? So I'm crying because I'm like, this is supposed to be my breakthrough money. I knew what I had and what was coming to me. And $2,500, that's all I got. I'm like, how am I going to, live off $2,500? And something came and took that too. Some other bill came and took that too. So I don't even think I got $1,000 out of that deal. So I'm like, Lord, dang, that means I got to go a little bit further down the road to try to, maintain sleeping in my car and, maintaining my job. And I don't know. I just don't know how I did it, but I would say that the guy that hooked me up with the place from online to work from his office to do online, that was the biggest blessing I ever had. Nobody knew that I was sleeping in my car. It was hard for me, but I did it. And the reason why I want to tell people about this, because I know there are working people out there that go through and can't afford apartments. It's not just in Raleigh, it's everywhere. And I just wanted to come to encourage you that you can make it. I had an online, the job that I took, I was making $19 an hour. Mind you, the job that I had before, I was making like $25 an hour. So I did a big cut. But I told God I was tired of hustling, out here all night long. The money was worth it, but my body was getting tired. I was tired. And that's what I would do. Instead of, I would sleep in my car, but at night I'll be hustling. I'll make my money. And the money, and keep in mind, I still had bills. I still had bills to pay. And I have a daughter to take care of. So, money as soon as it came in, it left me. So I want to encourage somebody. That's why I want to tell my story, that I've been homeless for a long time. But every step of the way, I've learned something new, something to help somebody else out. So I slept in my car for a long time. You would never knew that I was homeless. I met people, they were like, I told one lady, she's like, "You're homeless?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am." She's like, "I would never know." I guess because I'm bougie, I don't know. But, and I carry myself very well. And then I end up getting the opportunity to go back to school. And I'll tell y'all about that later, but I can't tell everything right now. Because I was homeless, I didn't have, that I had an opportunity to go back to school for free. So I went back to school. It didn't all play out like I wanted to. But I'm telling this story because I feel my breakthrough's coming, and it's about tax time again. So I did get to the opportunity to make enough money so I could get, I could start moving around a little bit more. So from sleeping in my car, I was able to sometimes get hotel. I had favor with a lot of people. I built rapport with some people, and I would stay in a hotel. Not only would I stay in a hotel, but I learned how to use my points to get free nights. Then another boyfriend came along, and I was able to stay with him for a while. And after I stayed with him, he was from Charlotte. So for a while, I stayed in Charlotte, and I loved it. I stayed in Charlotte for a long time. I built, started making new friends and stuff. And one day, I don't know what happened in our relationship, but he just left. He just never showed back up. I don't know why, but he never showed back up. and we was doing well. I think on that situation is that he actually lost his job himself, and at that point I'm a beast at hustling. I'm showing him how to hustle so we can both have, and I'm the one with the job now, and now he hustling. So, and I think that was my last relationship. That relationship lasted, I would say, about 4 or 5 months. I really cared about him, but anyhow, life goes on. And now that brings me here. I'm still without a place to stay of my own. I'm still jumping from family. I'm still going to hotels and stuff to get me some time by myself. What else? Not sleeping in my car now, but don't get me wrong, I will if I have to. There's no shade at all. I could definitely do it, and I could do it safely. And that's why people be like, you're not scared? What am I be scared of? I don't bother nobody, they don't bother me. That's how it goes. And I don't be looking at people. I guess that's why I look so mean sometimes. But anyways, I just learned how to live, you know. And like I said, my current situation is family, staying with family, and on the weekends I'll go and get me somewhere to relax and be Terica, you know. And I had to get that out because I want someone to know that, hey, you know, sometimes I don't care how big you get or how successful you get, we still have issues. We still go through a lot, you know. But I feel my breakthrough coming through. I really do. And through that time that I was out sleeping in my car, I had so much money saved. I was saving my money, but again, something came and took it, and I sacrificed for others, which I learned that in that situation I was okay with sacrificing. But if that ever happened again, for myself, I wouldn't do it no more, because I was okay where I was for the moment, and I may do what I had, but I would never say, if I'm not where I need to be, I'm not. The answer is no. I can't do it. So I learned a lot through this situation about being homeless. And y'all, I forgot to tell you, after the 6 months of working at that company, I got a promotion. God gave me a promotion, but guess what? Still not enough. Still not enough to actually take care of my past due balances and stuff, to actually get in a place or whatever. So I just been doing a lot of saving and a lot of praying. So we'll see what happens from there. But if you're homeless or whatever, just know it's temporarily. It's temporal. Very temporal. One thing I've learned through this journey, you gotta trust God. My faith was strong. Sometimes I break down and cry. Sometimes I'm so embarrassed, so embarrassed, because you're like, how did you get there? You always wonder, well, how do a homeless person get homeless? Sometimes it's out of their control, and sometimes it's because of their choices that they make or whatever. And and God always sent somebody to help me, if even ain't nothing but for a season or whatever. So from the first boyfriend, he was the one that made the 6 figures. He carried me for a while, but mind you, I didn't lean and depend on him totally. I had my own. I was working on my own stuff because I have a business and everything. So I was on my own. I was doing my own thing. But he wanted me to totally depend on him. and we was already getting shaky. We was already shaking. I said no. And then it got really bad. After you can't depend on me. I can't be your total provider. No. I would never allow a man to totally provide for me. I'm supposed to be a helpmeet, not for me to be dependent on you. That was the first thing. Second, I would say I learned many nights I hustled till I fell asleep, meaning I could tell you exactly what I did in another video, how I actually maintained without a job, 9 to 5, without a 9 to 5 while I was homeless. So much. So I was able to maintain. I slept in my car for about 2 months. And then that job came in and the free school situation came in. And I took both. I took both. My school, I'll have to tell y'all about that later. But the job, I definitely took it. Had an amazing time. Got me out of the car. Now I'm able to, at that point, I was able to, start booking hotels and stuff, and going into the office, and working from the office, taking showers from the office, and yeah. And then it was like different phases of homelessness. A lot of people say you're not homeless until you actually don't have a place to stay completely, like you're not in your car or you just out on the streets. That's what they call homeless. But when you start to sleep in your car and you're home and you're actually have somewhere to go, like a hotel, you're not considered homeless anymore. So after that, I was able to, like I said, go into the hotels and spend weeks at a time, learn how to actually get free nights off my stays. I learned that. Kind of already knew a little bit about it, but I definitely know about it now. What else I learned? I got a promotion or whatever. What else happened through that time? After the promotion, the new boyfriend came. The new boyfriend, he was really nice to me. He didn't make 6 figures. He was a working man. I liked him a lot, but he lost his job. And I tried to stay there with him, try to help him, because I knew how it was, but he just disappeared. He ghosted me. He ghosted me. But before he ghosted me, I was teaching him how to hustle. So definitely teaching him how to hustle and keep things going. And then here I am now. I'm staying with family. Like I say, I feel my tax time coming around again. So I'm hoping and praying that this is my time. This is my season to get my own place again. I tried roommates. I'm gonna show y'all some stuff. I did an Airbnb, y'all. I don't like no Airbnbs. It looked like I was in, I don't know, but if I could insert this picture of one of the places that I supposed to rent it out, the price was good. It was $350 a month or whatever. I was staying with some Africans, honey. And it's nothing against no Africans or anything, but these Africans, they was nasty. I don't like nasty. And I wish I could. I'm gonna see if I can actually show you or whatever the place. And I was like, well, Lord, where I'm from, it's like December is okay. Like it's not really cold in December, but January, February, it's kind of cold. So last January, the beginning of January of this year, I was staying with the Africans. I would try, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out. I didn't have the money either. The money wasn't coming in like I wanted to. That's before I got the offer. It won't coming in, and he didn't let me come back. And I said, thank you, God. So I went and I stayed in my car a little bit longer. So for 2 months of this year, I was sleeping in my car, and then after that, after getting my job, I was able to go and start staying in hotels and have enough money to actually travel back home and spending some time with my parents. And then I have friends. Sometimes they'll say, "You come crash with me," and I love that. I love my friends. I have some good friends. Sometimes sometimes it's a no, sometimes it's a yes, and I don't bother people. So that's where I'm at, and I'm still staying with family, so I'm good to go here now. Right now, I'll still go on the weekends or sometime just to get away, because I like being by myself. I like my own space, to get a hotel and until my change comes. So you guys, I just want to let y'all know what's happening, what has happened with me. But I wanted to start doing my blogging again because I want my story to help somebody else, because I didn't have no one to turn to. I didn't want nobody to know that I was homeless or was going through what I was going through. Those that knew or whatever. I've met some good people on the way. They might not be in my life now, but at the time, it was pretty good for me, is what I needed. And it took some. It's like, girl, you strong, you strong. I'm like, it's not me. I'm telling you, it's not me. It's like I have goals, and I got to meet those goals or whatever. And I'm here to meet them. I got to get them. I'm not here to make friends or anything like that. If we vibe on the way down through my journey, that's fine. But if we don't, that's fine too. So I thank God for my family, for allowing me to come stay. Like I said, tax time is around the corner, so I want to take that leap of faith, try to take that leap of faith again. At the same time, during this time that I've been homeless, I've been working to get my credit back up and everything. I want everything to fall in place. No, so there's no one can tell me no, you can't get this or whatever. So, and that's my story, you guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down at the bottom or whatever. And yeah, life has been life in 24, but I feel as though 25 is gonna be my year. Definitely my year. I didn't get to go nowhere this year traveling or whatever, and like I didn't get to do nothing that I wanted to do, but I try to maintain. And I would definitely tell you guys about how I went to school for free, but that will be in another video. And like I said, it's been almost a year, if not already a year, that I've been homeless, without a home, without my own home. And now it's time. I'm just looking for the breakthrough. I know the breakthrough is coming. You know, it's coming. So if you out there and you are struggling, and just remember, faith is what brought me through. It can bring you through too. Like I said, at first I didn't have not one job. I was hustling. I hustled for about 6-7 months, and that carried me over. But it was like, it wasn't enough, right? And then I was like, well, I'm gonna apply for this job. Applied for the job, got the job. The contract was only for 3 months. It ended up being for 6 months. And then after the 6 months, I ended up getting a promotion and becoming permanent at the position. And I'm still at the position, and I love it. And I mean, the money is okay, but if you stay in the city, it's not a lot. It ain't enough to take care of what you got if you only got one income. So that's why I know I had to pick up YouTube again, because I need to get paid. I would never do one income again. So, all right, you guys, thank you for allowing me to share my story with you and bring you on to my journey from whatever this is going to lead to. I don't know. I'm hoping and praying that it will lead me to having my own place again versus me staying with someone else or staying with a boyfriend, because I'm quick now. I'm not a person that likes to shack, but logic says if you go do anything, if you rather sleep in your car or you want to shack, and I chose shacking. I shacked for a while, but okay, so that's where we're at right now. I'm actually in a good place mentally. I thank God for that. I want to get back to modeling. I miss it. I miss modeling so much. But right now it's just trying to get stable in my place. I actually found a new coach. He like, you need to tell your story. So that's another reason why I came up here. He's like, you might help somebody else out. So don't give up. I know the struggle is real, and when you gotta sleep in your car, and especially when you don't have no income coming in, it's hard. But I could definitely be a mentor to whoever that needs that mentoring or whatever. If you need some ideas on how to, hustle to get you some money, I'm here. So it's been a time, but I learned so much. I just don't understand when people be like trying to volunteer actually being homeless, because there's nothing glamorous about being homeless at all. Nothing glamorous about it at all. But yeah, I just feel my breakthrough coming. I'll keep on saying it. I feel my breakthrough coming. So I wanted to share that with you guys, and I'll continue to follow me. Want to do more blogging as the journey continues. I don't know. Hopefully I can pick up every day and tell you guys what's going on and what's going on, what's not going on. But till next time, this is Terica, the plus size model. Like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully you guys can come along with my journey of me becoming, more stable in 25.